Balsetta. I'm a tattoo artist from Pueblo, Colorado. This is the first of a couple videos I'm going to do about how to tattoo and what you need to tattoo. The first video is kind of things you're going to need to tattoo, pretty much everything you're going to need. We're going to cover a few things, what they are, what their purpose is, sanitation, and what the different materials do. Okay? So this is a beginning video, so for all you guys out there that do tattoo and everything, keep in mind that this is an entry-level video of someone that's just trying to start tattooing the proper way, not really making machines or doing this on your kitchen table. But if you are doing it at home, at least after this video, you'll know what you need to at least be sanitary. Okay? Okay. First thing, or a couple things, is paper. You need paper for whatever you're gonna do your design, if it's a printout or if you're drawing it. Of course, pen and pencil. Thermofax paper. They used to sell this for old-style copy machines. This is what we use for tattooing because you can put the. We'll cover transfers in a different video, but this is what it's for. You would copy your design on top of this. Thermofax would transfer from this sheet to the back of the other piece of paper, and then with the application of a Strong-based alcohol, this is deodorant, I think it's like a cheap Speed Stick or something, it transfers onto the skin, you let it dry, and you can work on top of the pattern. Because it's all alcohol-based, it's very sanitary, and that's how we do the transfers. Tape. Everything needs to be taped down so none of it moves so you don't make a mess. Razors. If you're dealing with hairy people, you don't want to tattoo on top of hair because number one, it's unsanitary. A lot of germs stick to hair. Number two, it makes a mess when ink gets on it and you're trying to clean it up. The ink likes to stick to hair. So it's more let's not make a mess on top of the skin and we know what we're doing than, oh my gosh, it's unsanitary, you're gonna put a hair into the skin, because that's unrealistic and that's not really why we shave people. Petroleum jelly. You need it while you're tattooing. Cups for like when you're switching inks. If you're going to a black to a red, you want to make sure that you clean the gun properly so you don't transfer any colors over. Because if you're doing black and then you go to red and you don't clean your gun out good, your colors get muddy and they just don't look good. Alcohol for cleaning of the skin, preparation of the skin, taking off a transfer if you make a mistake, and wiping down your area. I recommend just straight alcohol. I bought rubbing alcohol because that's all they had at the time. Rubber gloves. If you ever see anybody tattooing without rubber gloves, just run. They're an absolute must. No matter how much you wash your hands, you can't wash them good enough. They need to be thrown away after you're done setting up. When you start, if you have to take a break, when you tear down, you usually go through at least 5-6 pair of gloves per tattoo. If it's a larger tattoo, you can go through much more than that. Craft sticks, popsicle sticks. We use them to scoop out the Vaseline, and you can put your cups on there. Cling wrap, cellophane, covers absolutely everything. We'll cover our counters, we'll cover our chair. Anything that needs to be covered, we cover in cellophane, and it's easy to throw away afterward. Of course, we disinfect before and after, but this is just an extra step. Sandwich bags. We cover all of our equipment, gun-wise, in sandwich bags. If you see on TV, there's a lot of, like Miami, Canal Inc., they never cover their machines. We have to be cleaner than a hospital is, and you always want to make sure your machines are covered, because if it splashes or if there's blood or if you're uncautious and you happen to wipe across a tattoo with a machine, it needs to be covered, because you can autoclave a machine, but it's a big process. You have to take everything apart, you have to put your electronics back together, you have to retune it, so you might as well just cover it right the first time. extra large baggies for our green soap and other bottles. Again, it's just keep everything covered. You want to make sure everything's sanitary. You can autoclave these, but again, it's a pain in the ass. You don't want to have to throw away your mixture, take apart everything, throw it in the autoclave, then have to remix everything just because you don't want to cover it with a bag. Little plastic sheet things that you can buy from like Cam Tattoo Supply. This is just to cover the clipboard. You have your different types of inks. These are all colors. I use mostly Millennium and Intense. I've just found that they work the best. Black, Millennium ink. And then I prefer to buy pre-mixed gray washes. Not that it's a big hassle or anything, it's just I find that they're more consistent than sometimes mixing your own ink. I'm not saying that, oh, if you mix your own ink, it's worse or anything, but I just like a pre-mixed gray wash. And then I kind of showed this earlier, but it's green soap. It's a kind of disinfectant for the skin that's alcohol and water-based. It cleans up excess ink and it keeps the amount of germs down. Again, it's just another one of those safety precautions. Paper towels, you're going to use a lot of these. Of course, when you clean the skin, when you're wiping down, it's just, you know, something that you use a lot of. And ink cups. These are what you pour the ink into. If you can kind of see that, you know, we just pour the ink into these and you dip from there. And then you probably need these. These are tattoo machines. This is a shader, this is a liner. I always recommend two. I have like 7, 8 in there, but these are usually my primary two. One to make straight lines, one to shade, and one to color. Then you'll need tattoo needles, of course, and your tubes. And that's pretty much what you need. There are probably some other stuff, rubber bands, grommets, rubber nipples, you know, just kind of miscellaneous stuff. I didn't really go over the power pack, but I have a power pack, 12 volt, 12 to 16 volt variable, and a clip cord. Of course, that's what you plug the tattooing machine in for electricity. Good lighting, you need to see what you're doing, and that's pretty much the supplies you need. You know, we're in a professional shop, so you know we have inspections and everything has to be absolutely high grade. I understand if you're doing it at your house, you have to start somewhere, but the better habit you get into right away of being sanitary, the better your tattooing will be and the more professional they'll be, and it will be a lot easier to get into a shop. Especially if you know, if you're making your own machines and the needle's a guitar string and, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's kind of hard to get into a reputable shop, but, you know, this is a good place to start. And so, go searching, go hunting, look on eBay. We buy all our stuff from Cam. Worldwide Tattoo is another good one. But hopefully this is a good start, and thanks for sitting through this.